Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video, I'm going to go over all of the criterions that I decided to pick up for the month of October. And by the look of this stack, there are quite a few. I kind of went overkill with the criterions this month, but I think it just had a lot to do with the fact that the channel that you're watching right now is doing pretty swell in comparison. And it seems like the Criterion videos and a little bit of the Vinegar Syndrome videos are getting a little bit popular. So I just wanted to ride the wave and show you some films that I haven't shown yet, which I picked up. Also want to give a quick heads up that I will also be having another video later this week. It's going to be a review of a double bill I recently watched, and I'll give a quick little hint that they're both released in 1984, and they both take place in the Lower East Side. So I hope you guys check that video out too as well. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm not going to go into intense detail with each film because we have about 18 titles to go through, and some of them are repeats from the last Criterion video. But if there is a film in here that you would like to see me possibly do a more in-depth review, please, in the comments below, let me know. And I also want to know what you guys ended up grabbing. Since it is now December, everyone probably has picked up everything that they wanted. So without further ado, let's get into the first title. All right, so here we have Spy Number 2, Seven Samurai, directed by Akira Kurosawa. This is a masterpiece in action cinema, and it's 207 minutes long, so it is lengthy, but I think it's probably the core inspiration to so many action films. I mean, the list will go on, and we don't have time for that, so that is Akira Kurosawa's Seven Samurai. Okay, next we have Spy Number 29, and this is Picnic at Hanging Rock. This film was recommended to me by so many people on YouTube. Luke Mick recommended this one over the summer. Daisuke has recommended this film. And at first, when I used to look at this cover, I used to think that this was like a melodrama. It's so good. Trust me, this is a hidden gem in the collection, even though it is one of the earlier Spy numbers. And this edition did not come with the book, but I'm probably going to grab it at some point because I really enjoyed this film. Next is Spy Number 30, and that is Fritz Lang's M. This has been a minute since I've last seen M, but I remember liking it quite a bit. This was a film school watch for sure. But M from 1931. Wow, this movie is almost 90 years old as of next year. Here's a couple quick repeats. We have The Last Temptation of Christ, Spy Number 70. This is directed, of course, by Martin Scorsese. I still haven't checked this one out yet, but I'm going to probably watch it maybe sometime next week. That is The Last Temptation of Christ. And then we have Spy Number 115, and that is Rififi, another film that I remember watching from back in the day in film school. I took a noir class, and this is a film that we watched, and I think everyone enjoyed. So that is Rififi. Can't wait to revisit that one. Here's a film that I have revisited, and that is My Own Private Idaho, directed by Gus Van Sant. This is Spy Number 277. I think River Phoenix is just a gift from heaven, and the few films that we have of his are gems. This is a really great film, and it took me a while to finally pick this one up, but it's got a nice, I don't know if you could see that clearly, but a nice little digibook, good quality, and some really nice special features as well. So that's My Own Private Idaho. All right, next we have Spy Number 374, Bicycle Thieves. Still have not watched Bicycle Thieves. I know, I'm slacking. But maybe this would be a good video to do for like a review sometime. That is Bicycle Thieves, essential to the Italian neorealist movement. All right, next film. So many people have recommended this movie, again, on YouTube. I think Seymour Movies recommended it. Luke Mick as well, Daisuke. Spy Number 394, Woman in the Dunes. I will probably do a review of this film. I have to rewatch it because this movie blew me away from a film, that was made in 1964. Just an incredible piece of cinema. Highly, highly recommended. That is Woman in the Dunes. Next is Spy Number 500. Roberto Rossellini's War Trilogy. Essential Cinema. I have yet to check these ones out yet, but I think one of them is Pisan is one of Martin Scorsese's personal favorite films. So that is the War Trilogy. We'll definitely check this one out sometime. All right. After a quick little cider break, we have Spy Number 678, La Notte, directed by Michelangelo Antonioni. I still haven't checked this one out yet. I will get an opportunity to. Next title, here's a blind buy, Spy Number 860, Mildred Pierce. And the only reason why I picked up this film is because I'm a huge Sonic Youth fan, and there's a song called Mildred Pierce on their album Goo. And also, I haven't seen too many Joan Crawford films, which is Criminal, and I heard this one is a pretty decent melodrama for sure. So I know nothing about it. This was a blind buy. Mildred Pierce. Can't wait to check it out. Here's another one I mentioned before. Meantime, directed by Mike Leigh. This is Spy Number 890. Good stuff here. I rewatched this one recently and really enjoyed it. Meantime, focus, camera, focus. We're almost through. So many titles. Okay. 938, Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Kind of disappointed by this one. I did watch it. I'm not going to go into it super in depth, but I found this film, aside from James Spader, a little boring, in my opinion. I know this is not like the greatest critique of this film ever, but I was a little disappointed. Maybe I was in the wrong mood, and I should probably rewatch it with a second viewing. Obviously, I own it, so I should watch it. But that is Sex, Lies, and Videotape. Next up, we got 947. We have Shampoo. This was actually really cheap on Amazon. I think it was like $15. So I decided to grab this one. So it's not a Barnes & Noble purchase, but, Hal Ashby, Warren Beatty, Julie Christie, Goldie Hawn. I just like the cover art, and I watched the trailer, I think like a few months ago, and I seem to enjoy it. So Shampoo from 1975. Now here is a set that I absolutely adore. I can't believe I'm kind of I'm kicking myself a little bit for not purchasing this one day one. Jackie Chan, Police Story 1 and 2. This is Spy Number 971 and 72. I had a lot of fun watching this, and I have yet to go into all of the special features, but I'm definitely going to in the foreseeable future. This is essential. Definitely pick this one up. Jackie Chan, Police Story 1 and 2. Next up, I wanted to grab a John Waters film in the collection. So we have 995, and this is Polyester. One of my teachers in film school, this was actually his first gig. He worked on also, not The Prowler, but he worked like on Maniac Cop, I think. And his first film was also Polyester, which is pretty cool. I had a huge kick out of Polyester. It's classic John Waters. I think it's one of his best films, and I think it's my favorite performance by Divine. Now we have a series of contemporary films, and that will be it. So we have Wildlife, directed by Paul Dano. This is a film that I was drawn to by the cover art and then also just the plot synopsis on the back. I like Paul Dano. I'm curious to see how he is as a director. I'm sure he's fantastic. If it's on Criterion, it must be good, right? Second to last pickup, we have Marriage Story. This is Noah Baumbach's film that recently came out. While you can pick this one up on Netflix, I highly recommend grabbing a physical release of this film because whoever designed the interior of this wonderful digibook deserves an award. I think it's really unique. I don't want to give it away. If anyone has purchased this, you know what I'm talking about. It's just like a little extra bonus that I think is really cool. It's like an extra detail that I really enjoyed. And I loved this movie. It made me actually cry. And I'm not a child of divorce, nor am I married or I have children. I think it was just a very emotional, powerful, moving performance by not only Scarlett Johansson, but also Adam Driver, Laura Dern, Alan Alda. The cast is just fantastic. So that is Marriage Story. And the last film we have here is spy number 1054, and that is Parasite. Yes, good old Parasite. I'm so happy that they put this film out in the collection. I didn't purchase the Blu-ray, and even there's a 4K release, I think, too. I have yet to have purchased those, so I knew that this was coming. I think like the day after it won all the Academy Awards, it was announced that it was going to come to the Criterion collection. So really happy I waited. The transfer looks fantastic, and there's also a black and white. Yes, there's a black and white version with Dolby Atmos. Ooh. So there you have it, friends. Those are my Criterion pickups for November. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And again, I try to make these ones a little quicker in pace, but if there's any film that you saw that I just briefly showed that you would like to see a review of, please let me know down in the comments. And until next time, everyone, stay awesome, stay positive, and I'll catch you on the flip side.